We're here.
Oh hey, when are we gonna do that protest? Next Friday? Cool, I'll be there.
Freeze! Ministry of State Security, come out and get on the ground! Alright, we can do this the easy way or the hard way. Participating in a demonstration against the state is classified as high treason, which carries the penalty of death. But if you can tell us the names of everyone else that was going to join you, we could perhaps commute it to a finite prison term.
I've lived my entire 14 years in this prison you call an empire. It would be my life's one and only fulfilling moment to be freed from Zaros' tyranny by a coffin. I don't care what you do to me. Screw off.
You should care, because whatever fate you get, your entire family is gonna get the same. Any last words?
How do you so willingly serve such an evil, totalitarian, Majorat supremacist dictatorship? How will you explain your actions to the world 6,000 years from now?
Simple. I don't make the rules, I play by them. Fire. We identified and arrested about 300 students from the University of Traynor. Hopefully we won't be dealing with any more anti-coppers, at least for a while.
Good riddance. Anyway, Trini, your next mission is to investigate a religious sect which has gone from worshipping His Majesty to worshipping one of their own. They call themselves the Cult of Orcus.
Yeah, that's definitely sketchy. Aren't true Zarosians supposed to worship His Majesty and him alone?
Indeed. I'm worried they might be trying to form a political faction and overthrow His Majesty from within. But, upon questioning, Duke Orcus himself claimed to have no affiliation and no knowledge a sect dedicated to him ever existed.
Right.
So I'd like you to visit and question their flagship church, located in the city surrounding Caridet.
Sounds good. I'll find out what's really going on.
After being given to His Majesty by Castillus, our Duke Orcus excelled in battle just as well as faith, becoming commander of the Imperial 3rd Legion. His victories were witnessed by Praetor Trindine.
Greetings.
Pardon me, Madam Praetor, but why have you decided to give us the honor of your visit today?
I've come to observe the practices of your sect, and don't pretend to be honored by my presence. I know how everyone feels around me.
Well, let me introduce myself. I am Father Lucius Castillus, High Priest of the Cult of Orcus.
Nice to meet you. Now, tell me, do you communicate with your Duke at all?
We've sent him prayers, but I don't know if he's ever received them.
Does he know you?
It's possible, but probably not. We are a small and newly born church, after all.
Well, what is the point of worshipping a mortal if he might not even know you exist?
Our movement is not about a mortal, but an ideal. We want to live up to who he was in the eyes of Lord Zaros and ourselves.
Who was he in the eyes of Lord Zaros and yourselves?
Duke Orcus is the most devout Zarosian there ever has been, at least from what we've seen. Nothing has strengthened our faiths in our Lord more than our Duke's teachings.
Would you rather save Lord Zaros or your Duke?
Zaros all the way. There is no Orcus without his Lord, but there can be our Lord without our Duke. Duke Orcus nearly gave his life for Lord Zaros countless times, and we are ready to as well. Oh, Theodoricus, you've arrived.
Hello, Father Lucius. I see we have visitors.
Yes, please introduce yourself to Praetor Trindine.
I know who he is. Lieutenant General Theodoricus Thornicus, commander of the Imperial 1st Legion, the military's rising star. What I did not know was your affiliation with this cult.
You're correct. I served alongside Duke Orcus's legion when he was still in the armed forces. He taught me lots of useful tactics in battle and even more so in everyday life. That's why I joined his sect.
Can you show me exactly what he taught you?
Do I have permission, Father Lucius?
I'm afraid my authority is not supreme in this case.
Okay, Praetor, but I'm going to need you to travel a bit. We're here.
What's the significance of this pyramid?
Just watch. How about that?
Excuse me, did you just raise whoever was buried here from their grave?
Yes.
And do the other members of your sect do this too?
Yes, we're all necromancers just like our Duke.
You are to discontinue this practice at once. What you are doing is a crime.
Says what? Not imperial law, that's for sure.
Says my boss. You don't want to risk getting on his bad side.
Oh, you mean the douche that keeps whites as his personal slaves? I'll get on his bad side for only doing a fraction of what he does? Oh, give me a break. I got a lot of respect within the army for building upon and perfecting this art which Orcus started. Raising the dead is how I won half my battles.
I remain suspicious of their motives, especially because of their dabbling in necromancy. But today, I could not find hard evidence of disloyalty in the sect. If there's a deadline as to when you'd like to bring them down, we would, as usual, need to fabricate proof.
Oh, I'm actually curious to see what new necromancy techniques they might come up with, so we don't need to purge them just yet.
However, General Theodoricus, who is affiliated with the sect, somehow knew you still had whites.
There's only one way he could have gotten that information. We have a mole in our ranks. Our upper echelons, in fact.
Which means he is doubly dangerous. If he's infiltrated our own ranks, he could compete with the rest of our department for power.
Per our files, Theodoricus does indeed have a large following within the army, exactly as he claimed. So we could easily make up evidence of factionalism to use against him. Place General Theodoricus, his family, his partner, and her family under arrest at once.
Yes, sir.
Hail Zaros.
Hail Zaros.
Custodian's Log, page 2. Herein contained are details of the current population of Karidet's Brig. Custodian Stepan Jovkai. Inmate ID SM32. Race Icene, female. Crime heresy. Remaining sentence 5 years. Pledging allegiance to Zaros would commute sentence.